Hello and welcome to the Scalextric 2023 range presentation. I'd like to take this opportunity firstly to thank all of our customers, consumers and everybody who's liked, bought, played and generally enjoyed Scalextric over the last 12 months. Thank you for your continued support and I hope that you'll look through this video and through our catalogue and see some products that will get you really excited, be it if you're a fan of TV and film, racing cars, road cars and everything in between as well. So to start with, I'm going to quickly talk about a new set offering for this year. We only have one brand new set in 1/32 scale, and that is the Batman vs Joker Battle of Arkham set. This set combines the great Joker car we've developed ourselves and the Ginetta-based Batman car as well into one set for a really good price. This is a great entry into Scalextric, great way to build off your film and TV collection, and it's at a really wonderful price point for those just coming into the hobby. The rest of the set lineup remains largely unchanged. And if you need information on this, either contact your local stockist, look on our website, or contact our customer services team. So, to move on to the cars, we're going to start at the beginning with the big hitters of the film and TV range. Starting with this C442, which is the car from the latest Batman film. Available right towards the end of the year, we're really excited about this release. It carries on our trend of doing Batman cars throughout the ages, and this one we think will be one of our most popular. The new film was incredible, and this car really captures the moody gloominess of the whole setup of that particular Batman film. Will come with extra lighting and bits and pieces that light up, so it's a really nice release. And look on our social media throughout the year for more updates and information about this car as we tease to you bits and pieces of its development. And we go from being a car that's blacked out to a car that's as bright as can be. Another six-wheeler enters the Scalextric range, and this is the Ford C4479 Thunderbird Fab 1. Coming in our bigger box, this is the biggest single car that Scalextric have ever produced. It will come with a correctly modelled Parker driving and Lady P sat in the back. And of course, as somebody that grew up watching Thunderbirds, I think this is one of the most exciting and challenging from a development perspective vehicles to have into our range for a long, long time. Continuing the theme of quite big cars, to go with the Bluesmobile car from last year, we have their nemesis in the Chicago Police cop car. This is C4407. Should be available around Q2 and will have working flashing lights on the roof, and it's just as big as the Bluesmobile itself. And don't forget to recreate those famous scenes from the film, you're going to need about 25 of the things. Moving to a bit more style and sophistication, we have various new Bond offerings for you this year. Coming back into the range is the DB5 from Goldfinger. This will have all the gadgets and will come in a clear plastic case with Goldfinger packaging. This is C4436. This particular item is a non-limited item. The idea is that whenever somebody wants to buy a DB5 from Scalextric, it'll be in stock somewhere for them, rather than having to go on eBay and buy one. And to go with it, from the same film, we have C4404. This is the Ford Mustang from Goldfinger. And another first for Scalextric is it will have a female driver that we've sculpted especially. So make it nice and accurate, and a great bit of inclusion there into the Scalextric range. And a very different Bond vehicle to finish, which is C4359. This is Scalextric's first submarine, which isn't something many people would have expected us to say, purely because it is a real departure. The wheels are hidden in the bottom of the bodywork, so as this goes around the track, it looks like the little submarine is going around. Based on our Lotus Esprit tooling, it is of course a bespoke underpan and bespoke bits and pieces added to it to create this iconic car. Just please don't play with it in the bath. Moving on to the racing cars, we'll start with GT and Prototype. We have a new livery of our Mustang, C4403. This is a Canadian GT car, as you can see in this wonderful blue and gold livery. A really nice looking car that we expect will be popular both sides of the Atlantic. Staying with GT, we have a new AMG GT3, the GT Cup car of Graham Tilley. Graham's a great exponent of GT racing in the UK, one of those really enthusiastic amateurs that races all across the UK in all different races with this car. C4332 should be available in Q3, and it's a really outstanding looking thing with its bright red and highlighter yellow flashes on it. First of a couple of Porsches, we have C4460. This is the Redline racing car from Spa 2022, in this incredible sort of splattered paint job finish. And to partner that, we have C4415. This is the Team Parker racing car, also from British GT. Both of these we expect at the end of the year. And a bit more closer to home in terms of the car's manufacturing location, but the livery is from the other side of the world. We have C4446. This is an Aston Martin GT3 Vantage of Ronan Murphy from New Zealand, in the great sort of works-ish colour scheme of the bright yellow Aston Martin. Classic GT, as always, filled with new tooling and some really exciting bits and pieces. We've modified our 412P tooling to create you this. This is a very special triple pack, C4391A. This is to commemorate the 1967 Daytona 24 Hours, where 3 of these cars finished in the top 3 places. So our 412P before was a closed cockpit car, and we've modified it now to the Spider version. So this is a very limited pack, 2,000 pieces. We expect this to sell out very quickly, so reserve one ASAP with your local consumer. So reserve one ASAP with your local stockist or on the Scalextric website. Also in Classic GT, we have a couple more liveries in our brilliant little 911 RSR. The first liveries have sold really well. We expect these to do well as well. We have a 911 Carrera from Le Mans 1975. This is a great livery, Harley Davidson sponsorship. It's got sort of an American flag motif on the roof. This is C4351, and to partner that we have C4398. This is the Wally's Jeans car from the DRM in 1975. Again, really cool livery. Got the sort of stitching as if the car is covered in denim. Looks really, really nice, and the pair of these should be available in Q2. We have a couple of Cobras. We should have for reference, we should have the Bill Shepherd car out in the start of the year, along with the Targa Florio twin pack. And to accompany that, first of all, we have this, which is the Snake Eyes Cobra, C4417. This car was raced at Goodwood by Bobby Verden-Rowe and Martin Brundle and looks absolutely incredible. It's got this tremendous snake motif across the front of the car, even with snake eyes on the headlamp, so it looks absolutely wonderful. And the only car I think that can better this is the C4418, the other Cobra we're doing next year, which is the Dragon Snake car, driven by Mike Whitaker and Mike Jordan. This car has got its most amazing purple speckle chrome effect paint on it, so these two are really going to stand out on your layout. And they are historic cars, they are real liveries, but they are very exciting and very, very different. Staying in Classic GT, we have a Lotus Esprit S1, one of the few S1 race cars to actually hit the track. This is the Jerry Marshall car from 1981. Jerry was one of the greatest UK racers of all time, and well worth picking out a copy of his book if you can find it. He is an icon of UK club motorsport, so to be able to do one of his cars is a great thing for us. So C4352, expect this in Q3, and it is a really fantastic looking car in its ICS Motorsport livery. In touring, we have, as many would expect, the car driven by our 2022 Scalextric brand ambassador. This is the Jake Hill BMW, sponsored by Rocket, and it is a car that propelled Jake so closely to the British Touring Car title in 2022, so we had to include it in our range. Fantastic matte black paintwork with the white writing down the side. Expect this in Q4. This, I'm sure, as he referred to it as his rocket ship on track, would be a rocket ship off the shelves as well. We have Jake's BMW here, which is C4440. And to partner him, we have another touring car superstar in Josh Cook, this time with his Honda Civic. Wonderful black and gold livery. Everybody knows that black and gold are the best set of colours for any racing car. And this is C4409 and should be available in Q3. Moving into classic touring, we have a modification of our Ford Escort. In the UK, there's a wonderful aftermarket scene for Fords, and we've copied some of that by creating, with the help of SHP Sonny Howard Productions, who create the real cars, the Escort RSR. So the real cars are space frame. It's a tubular chassis with this Escort body lookalike essentially put on the top. So we've done the same thing. We've taken our existing Escort body and we've added the extra bits to make it an RSR. These include the great big rear wing, the bigger front air dam, and some slightly different wheels as well. The first release will be ex-touring car driver Lee Wood. We'll plan to race this car in 2023 in the modified Ford series. Expect this in Q2. It has an incredible livery with some very famous sponsorship on it. And carrying on the new tool, we have an addition to the Scalextric range that is long overdue. C4419 sees us bring out the first ever ready-to-run plastic slot Jaguar Mark I. This car is the Grant Williams car. It's raced at Goodwood every year, at Carfest every year, and every year he's doing massive smoking burnouts, breaking gearboxes, shredding tyres, and generally driving an icon of British motorsport as if it was a modern-day drift car. This, I think, will be one of the most popular releases of the year, and it looks fantastic. We 3D scanned Grant's real car, actually Grant's real pair of cars, a Mark I and a Mark II, to make sure that we got it absolutely accurate to the last degree. So this is a really, really nice release for us. Coming a bit forward in time, we have another bit of new tooling. This is a new Holden VL Commodore, C4433, expected in Q3. This, again, features iconic paintwork. It's a very famous car for Australia, but this car actually raced in Europe as well at the Spa 24 Hours of 1987, and it is a fantastic looking thing and will partner perfectly with the Sierra, with the M3 and all the other Group A cars that we do. And for the racers amongst you, it has exactly the same chassis configuration, standard motor, inline, lots of room for a bit of body rock on it as well. So it is a great addition to any Group A grid. Keeping up the new tooling, we have another new Ford. Obviously, you're going to see this later in the video in some different liveries, but in classic touring, we are recreating the car of the most successful driver in the UK ever. It's not Sir Lewis Hamilton. In terms of race wins, it's actually a local chap to Kent called Rod Burley, who has won over 700 races throughout the UK at the wheels of various different cars. And his current weapon of choice is this Escort Cosworth WRC. Amazing livery, black with the stripes. These Escort Cosworths are a brand new tool. They are not related to the old tool at all. They are completely new, done from new scan data. They are four-wheel drive, which is an inline motor with a band-driven four-wheel drive system. We expect this car around in Q4, and this will be a great addition to anybody's grid. And it's great to be able to do a car that has seen so many racetracks throughout the UK, such as Rod's Escort here. Along with that, we've got some American muscle across the Hemi Cuda from Le Mans 1975, C4345. Expected in Q2, this is a great livery on the Hemi Cuda body we already have, in this wonderful yellow and black scheme. Continuing the American muscle theme, we have another Camaro from Spa 1981, building on the body shell of the Bastos car we've already released. This will be available in Q2, and it is C4358. Interesting colourway, 2 different shades of green and the black. It looks every bit a car from the early 80s, and I expect it to go really well as well. And keeping up the Spa theme, we have the 1978 winner, one of the most famous Capri liveries of all time. This is the wonderful Belga car of Gordon Spice and Teddy Paulette. Being a winner of the Spa 24 Hours is a great achievement for any car, but for the plucky Capri to do it against some of the big Camaros that we have in our range as well is great. And this is a really fantastic livery. We expect it in Q3, and the code is C4349. And dueling up with that is another Capri, coming right up to date in terms of when it achieved its success, but carrying this amazing retro livery. This is the car of Jake Hill, who won the Jerry Marshall Trophy at Goodwood in 2021. I urge you, check out this race on YouTube. It has Jake fighting tooth and nail one of the big Mustangs around Goodwood. The Mustang powers away down the straights. When it gets to the corner, Jake just slings it up the inside and drifts past. It is one of the best races ever to occur at Goodwood. Jake's our brand ambassador as well, so we had to include this car in our range for 2023. It is a fantastic looking car. The livery is fantastic. The whole design of it looks great. So this is a real must-have, I think, for anybody. So this is C4402, expected in Q3. We have another little Mini. This is Alan Kerno's example from the late 1970s British Saloon Car Championship. C4413, the data post livery, is a fantastic addition. So this looks really, really nice, and we expect that towards the end of the year. We have another Mini, another Miglia, so another rival to Andy Jordan's car, which we expect to be released early in January. This is C4414 of Lewis Selby, looking like a little mini NASCAR with its Napa livery, or a little mini British touring car, arcing the Ford Focuses of the same team. This is a great looking car and a really fantastic livery, and these little Miglias look so cool with the big wide arches on the little mini body. Going back down under now, we have C4401. This is a E30 M3 from Bathurst in 1992. Tony Longhurst and Johnny Chicotto drove this up against big Sierras and Nissan Skylines, all of that sort of bits that used to tear around Bathurst. They did incredibly well and really took the fight to those big other Group A cars. And this livery just looks fantastic with the very iconic sponsorship all over it. We have another livery on the Rover, this time a French one, French Super Tourisme from 1985. This car, C4416, will be available in Q3, and it's a great addition to anyone's grid of Rovers. And here we have another Ford Escort, C4445. This is the Tony Paxman racing car that competes in the Scalextric sponsored modified Ford Saloon series. This is, again, a really well-known car throughout the UK. It looks brilliant in its bright blue. We have modified our tooling to recreate the wonderful front air dam that Tony and the little rear wing that Tony has fitted, plus the wonderful gold split rim wheels. I'm a strong believer in gold wheels suit every car, and you'll see that throughout the Scalextric range, and this is one of the best looking ones with that. And finally, we have another Mustang, C4405, wonderful black and gold livery. We expect this out right at the start of the year, arcing back to those famous Hertz cars of the mid-1960s. Mustangs always look good in black, they always look good with the gold. Put them together, and this is an absolutely fantastic release. Moving on to street cars, we have some drifting. We obviously have the drift set in our range, so a great additional car for that, or if somebody wants to drift at home without buying the complete set. Done in cooperation with Castrol, the Castrol Mustang drift car, C4327, just looks brilliant. We expect this to be available in Q2. It does have a full interior, also has a drift underpan. So this is a great opportunity for people to get some high detail street drifting going on their layout at home. Moving into classic street, we have a police version of the Jaguar. This is the Mark II Police Edition, 4420. Expected towards the end of the year. It will have a flashing light, it will not have a siren, it will have a detailed interior instead. Really nice looking car, loads of extra bits. This is actually one of the most expensive tools we've ever done on Scalextric. So as you can imagine, it is a lot of effort and work going to this to make it as an accurate Jaguar police car as we can. But we are very excited about this. As we are about our next release. This is another four-wheel drive car for the range, C4441, the Land Rover Series 1 in green. a departure for us. This isn't a racing car, it isn't a TV and film car, but it is one of the most iconic motor vehicles of the 20th century. We felt in a year which sees Land Rover celebrate a big anniversary, we had to have it in the range. It does have four-wheel drive. It is not band-driven, it is gear and cog-driven to give you proper sort of low-range power with this. We have had some samples, we have tested it. It's not going to be troubling Formula 1 cars for speed, but it looks fantastic and it gives that true Land Rover Defender experience of pottering around the track, surveying the scenery. This is a great addition if people just love these cars, and I'm sure a lot of you do. We expect this in Q4. Keeping with Classic Street, we have a new VW van, this time with Michelin logos on it. This is a Michelin delivery van from the early 1960s. C4357, we expect this in Q2. And doing a bit more police work for us, we have C4341, which is the Ford RS200 Police Edition. Made in conjunction with the Essex Police Force. This was a vehicle that in real life in the late 1980s was used for promotional purposes, but on the Scalextric track you actually can chase people down with it. As with the other police cars in this sort of part of the range, we'll have a full interior and we'll have working rooftop lights as well. We expect this in Q3 and we expect this to be very popular, as any Ford police cars always are. A little bit more exotic, we have C4411. This is the Lamborghini Countach, this time owned by Walter Wolf, and it's in this amazing blue and gold livery. Very famous guy, Walter Wolf, owned the Wolf Formula 1 team, sort of business entrepreneur of the 1980s, and again this looks fantastic in the dark blue with the gold wheels. Moving over to America now, we have the Dodge Charger RT in this sublime green, a wonderful pun. This is available in Q2, 4326, and carries on from our other range of Chargers with that amazing American styling, great big car. Expect this to be a winner, just like the purple one, just like the black one. Moving into the Golf section, we have another new bit of tooling. This is C4443, the 1975 Le Mans winning Mirage GR8 of Derek Bell and Jackie Ickx. The first win for the amazing Derek Bell at Le Mans came in this car, and this is a brand new tooling for us and a brand new release. So this car scored the first ever win at Le Mans for Derek Bell and added to Jackie Ickx's amazing tally of victories. So this car has been developed with the races in mind. It has a sidewinder chassis with a standard motor, lots of room for body rock and float around the chassis. It should be a real performer. We expect this in Q4, made in conjunction with Golf and with Mirage over in the guys who own the rights to Mirage over in the States. This is a nice, accurate, beautiful looking sports racing car from the 1970s. And with the 100th anniversary in Le Mans, what better way to celebrate it? And the other car in our Golf range for this year is a McLaren 720S Golf Edition. C4394. This car in real life was created to celebrate the relationship between Golf and McLaren, and now you have a Scalextric version to race at home as well. So we move into rally. We mentioned earlier with the Escort that there was going to be another livery, and here it is, the iconic Repsol car of Carlos Sainz from 1997. This is the Acropolis Rally winning car. We expect this, SKU number is C4426, to be available in Q2, so not too long to wait. Again, four-wheel drive, really accurate, really cool looking car. I think this will be a massive star of the range. We've already seen some samples of it and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I cannot wait for this to get in your hands. It would be the star of the year if it wasn't for the car on the next slide, which is my rally hero. And I think it will be many people's rally hero watching this video. So for the first time, we will have available from Scalextric the 1995 World Rally Championship winning Subaru Impreza WRX of Colin McRae. For me, Colin was a big part of my childhood growing up watching rallying, and for me I'll always associate him not with the later Subarus, but with this four-door early Impreza. Gold wheels, dark blue bodywork, the bananas on the side for the logos. This is a really accurate model of the 1995 RSC winning car. Again, four-wheel drive, in line with the band-driven four-wheel drive system, C4428, we expect this in Q3. And in addition to this wonderful car, it actually comes in a special bespoke packaging. For the first year, we're going to be doing these World Championship editions, so along with the car you'll see later, this Colin McRae car will come in special green World Championship winning packaging with gold lettering, so it will make it stand out even more on your shelf. And look out for some other special releases around of this car as well, coming out nearer the time. And finally in the rally, we have another classic one. This is the Ford Escort Mark I from RSC Rally 1971. C4324, we expect this in Q3, and it'll come with all the spot lamps you can see there, the extra mud flaps, and all the other goodies. Moving into single-seaters, we actually start with a set that has two single-seaters and one touring car. This is a Legend of Jim Clark triple pack. This follows on from our Colin Chapman triple pack, and it's a similar vein. This celebrates the life of one of the motorsport's greatest drivers, tragically taken far too soon. This features Jim Clark's famous Lotus 25, his 49, and his iconic Lotus Cortina as well. All liveries that we haven't done before. This will be also featured in a special cardboard box featuring some great artwork on the front and his image inside the box. This is limited to just 2,000 pieces, so I would recommend that you get this as soon as possible. This is 43958, it's expected in Q4. And we have another twin pack to go with it as well, featuring 2 brand new bits of tooling. I said for this year, we've gone a bit out there, we've gone a bit outlandish. We've added one of the most outlandish Formula 1 cars we can, which is the iconic 1978 Brabham BT46 fan car. First shown at the 1978 Swedish Grand Prix, where it made its only Grand Prix start and scored a victory. This caused a sensation in the paddock when it was unveiled. The Alfa Romeo Flat 12 was still there, but added to the back was a great big fan used to suck the car onto the track. In fact, when it was unveiled, they wanted to hide the fact the fan was there. They actually stole a bin lid from somewhere in the paddock and stuck it on the back. And this Scalextric special pack not only includes the Brabham, but also includes the bin lid for you to hide the fan as well on the track at home. And coupled with that is the Lotus 79, another brand new bit of tooling for Scalextric. An incredible car that, with the exception of the Swedish Grand Prix, dominated the 1978 season. So here's a chance for you to add the Mario Andretti car for that year to your range. So this Swedish Grand Prix set is code CS4392A and we're available in Q2. Both cars are available singly as well. We have the Brabham BT46 non-fan version, so the standard Alfa Romeo Flat 12 version from the Italian Grand Prix of 1978. This is a John Watson driven car. This is C4422 and it's available in Q4. And we also have a Lotus 79 available as a solo car as well. This is from the less successful 1979 season and comes in this amazing Martini and Essex sponsorship of the USA Grand Prix West. It's available in Q4, 4423, and it's a really fantastic looking car. And we move right up to date with some more single-seaters. Again, more new tooling. We are releasing in 2023 a model of Lando Norris's Emilia Romagna GP, McLaren MCL 36. This car will be available in Q3 in a C4424. It's been based off all the latest data we've been provided by the teams to make this a really nice looking model of the McLaren. And it is big. For those of you, when you receive this car, will question maybe its size, but the modern Formula 1s absolutely dwarf the 9 cars from the 60s, 70s and 80s. And to partner the McLaren, we have a Williams of Alexander Albon. This time the code is C4425 and we expect that available in Q3 as well. Going back in time again, we have the Williams FW11 C4309 of Nelson Piquet. We expect this to be available right at the start of the year. And this is the start of something quite cool for us. And this is that this car will come in special green World Championship winning packaging. Only cars that have won a World Championship will come in this packaging. So Nelson Piquet will, as mentioned, the Colin McRae Subaru we saw earlier. And to partner up with that, we have the Satoru Nakajima Lotus, also from 1987, from the Monaco Grand Prix, C4355, the perfect partner to your Senna cars. This is available in Q2. And we have another Tyrrell, another 6-wheel car back into the range. This is the Spanish Grand Prix that made its debut, complete with the rather ungainly looking snorkels on top of it to feed air into the airbox. This is 4328 and will be available in Q2. So that brings us to the end of our 1/32 scale car range. I think, as you can agree, there is something really for everyone there. It really is a very widespread range. If you're into racing cars, there's racing cars, road cars, there's road cars, even a 4x4. On the micro front, we do have another car for you guys as well. We have the James Bond DB5 available as a solo car for the first time in the micro range. This is G2221 and should be available in Q2. So thanks very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed the range. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us on social media, drop an email or contact our customer service team. We're always happy to answer any questions if anyone wants to know anything else about the car range or any of our other plans. We wish you a really good 2023. Hope you have a good time racing, good time collecting, and enjoy our products.